What's going on, everybody? This is Alex Harshman with Wholesale Freedom. Excuse the camera. Right now what we're doing is we're walking through my first rental units, 5 units. And I already put the primer down on the property. So if you see my last video, part 1, then you would notice that a lot of the stains and stuff are gone. So we go in here. I did not tape that window very good. You can see everything except for the upstairs bathroom and kitchen are primed, but I ran out of paint before I could get to those things. So you can see the before and kind of the after. I also gotta patch that hole. So I gotta do that too. That's gonna kind of suck, but yeah, so what's next is I bought the flooring there. So I got the vinyl plank flooring. It's gray, it's waterproof, it's scratch resistant, it's got a 10-year warranty on it for commercial. So it was kind of a no-brainer for me. Super excited to put that in the kitchen. As you see, we got this old flooring. We are gonna keep the cabinets. I think we're gonna update the hardware, put like a little bit of handles on there because there's nothing on there right now. And I also gotta fix that drain. So we have that. Yeah, so that's an update of the unit. I wanted to talk about the numbers because I didn't talk about that in the first one. Eat my pizza. So the purchase price for this property is $148. It's 5 units. Rehab, I estimated about $5,000 per unit. We're actually probably be maybe under $2,500, but because I'm doing all the work myself. But I have it budgeted for $10,000 per unit. So even if I spend $10,000 per unit, I'm still at the 2% rule, which you guys can look that up. I can briefly explain it, but basically the monthly rents, once they're raised, is gonna be 2% of the purchase price. So all in, say 200,000, the rent's coming in at a full rented amount for all 5 units would be over 4,000. So it's a 2+% deal, which is phenomenal on a rental property. I'm out of breath because I just carried all that as vinyl flooring in. But yeah, so purchased 148. Rehab, I put it at 5K each, but I have a budget for 10K, you know, just in case. And then so how I was able to fund the deal. And so first off, how did I find the deal? So this was a referral. Actually, on the second property that I ever wholesaled on my own, the family member of that person that's selling this property referred me their number and said they're older, they're ready to get out of the game, the husband's having health concerns. And so that's what I did. I contacted them and they were not interested at first. But then they called me back, said, you know what, my husband's he's been in the hospital, so we're thinking about selling it. So we came to an agreement in price. I actually offered them $100,000 for the property, and they were pretty tough negotiators, but it was still a steal of a deal. But yeah, so that's how I found it. It was a referral, so it was free marketing. I only paid the person $500 for referring me the deal, which was pretty cool. And then for financing, so I was actually gonna go with hard money, but it was gonna be like $10,000 to $12,000 in fees when it was all said and done. That would just go to somebody I don't even know. So I found somebody who was willing to lend me the money privately. I still put 20% down because this person's a family member and I wanted to have some skin in the game for them, because they were not really for this kind of, they were against the whole real estate investing thing. And so to show them that I was serious, I put 20% down. So that was about $43,000. And I used my wholesale money from, obviously to fund that. And they funded the rest. So what my plan is to, one, find a bank that doesn't have any seasoning period, because what happens if you try to do a cash out refinance, basically try to get what I paid for it, plus the rehab money and maybe then some, I have to wait 6 months. Most banks, majority of them will make you sit on it for 6 months. So I want to do it sooner than that. So I'm going to try to find someone who can. And this thing, it might appraise for $240. I was doing the comps and, you know, conservatively, like worst case scenario, 200. So I'd get my money back that I put into it. But to pull money out of it, I would be at like 180, you know, in my pocket when it's all said and, well, 180,000, because they'll pay 75% to ARV, which let's say it appraises for 240. That means 180 minus repairs and purchase price, everything else I get to keep in my pocket tax free. So, and then I can use that money to buy another one, rinse, repeat. I'm already at 5 units on my first one, and man, it's very exciting stuff. So just to kind of give you an idea of what was going through my mind, this deal actually was a wholesale deal that I was wholesaling, and my buyer fell through the day before closing. With a week's and a half notice, I lined everything up to purchase it myself. Never had a property before, never owned rental properties, nothing. And so I was super terrified, as you watched in part one, but really happy I did it because it helped me, you know, get started in the game. Just like wholesaling, I didn't want to start from the beginning, but everybody has to go through it. And so I know it's just something I can master down the road, and we'll see how it goes. It might be the worst mistake of my life, or it might be the best mistake, and we'll see. So I'll keep you tuned as I rehab this property and kind of show you updates throughout. So till next time. All right, so here's an update of the house. I spent like the last 2 hours tearing this floor up. As you can see, it was pretty wet under there, this spot. So painted the walls all throughout the house. I gotta repaint the stairs, tore up the floors. Gotta tear the floors up in here. Painted the bathrooms, gotta need another coat. So there's all the carpet and stuff. I found out there was like a little leak over there, so I gotta figure that out because there's mold. That light's blown out, okay. It's all painted in here. I gotta seal that window. So that's it, that's the update of the house. All right, so we painted the kitchen cabinets. We're doing some touch-ups on the walls here. Got to put the cabinets on once I get a hand doing that. There's a leak underneath there. I got to figure out what's going on with that. So once we figure out that leak, we'll be good. We got to sand and paint up there, replace the outlets still. We did the flooring, as you can see. We got that vinyl plank flooring almost completed on the downstairs. Let's go into the bathroom. Nothing really has been done in the bathroom besides painting. So we're gonna update we might update the vanity, I don't know. Definitely gonna update the lighting. Gonna have to clean out this tub, updating the faucets. And we're gonna move into the hallway here, and we'll get to the second room. So you can see this is all the farther I've got. Yesterday I spent doing all that in there. So we're still gonna paint all of the baseboard. So right now, there we go. Here's the first room when you walk in the front door. All painted up and nice now. And remember in the last video, it was like all ugly, caked on smoke and stuff. So that's that. Let's move on upstairs. So I'm either gonna paint these steps or just kind of try to take this paint off of them. There's no light up here, unfortunately. But as you can see, I painted the floors here, so they look a lot nicer, painted everywhere. So this is all painted. All nicely painted, so there's that. So there's still a lot we gotta do yet. Hopefully in the next week we'll be able to get it all done. It's just been me really, so no help. I've had one person help for like maybe 2-3 hours, but other than that, I mean, I've been doing this all myself and don't know how to do any of it, but I'm learning as I go. And you guys are staying updated with me as I go through them. So I appreciate you watching, and I'm sure I'll talk about this some more. So I purged the air, and now that won't close. And on top of that, I purged that, and now that's got an active leak too. Ow. That was not as easy as I thought. Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Alex with Wholesale Freedom, and today we're giving you a 3-week update on the rental property unit that I'm renovating at the moment. But before we give you a 3-week update, let's just give you kind of some of the updates I've had throughout the weeks, and then we'll get to the update where we're at right now. All right, now that we've seen kind of what's been done so far on the other videos, this is where we're at. Basically the kitchen's done. We just need to do some trim around the bottom. And that's ready to go. I added the knobs, you can see here, a brand new faucet, painted the cabinets. So flooring, of course, looks really good. So I just spent like 30 minutes scrubbing the stairs because I didn't want to repaint them, so I just wiped the paint off the best I could, and we're gonna keep it that way because it's pretty durable paint. I mean, I'll scrub them pretty hard. The bathroom's still a mess. You know, this is probably one of the last things I'm gonna touch. But we got a new toilet. Gonna keep the same vanity. We're gonna clean it up a little bit. And we're gonna add a new light fixture in there. Oh, light fixture, added that. So moving on in here, there's no lights, but flooring is still the same. Flooring's done, so we're gonna update all the lighting switches and everything, all that. It's gonna be painted there. This is gonna be painted. Moving on to the upstairs. The stairs are a lot cleaner than what they were. I painted the flooring, painted up here. This is gonna get new lights, new blinds, new lights. And yeah, I'm gonna paint the baseboards so they look nice. I mean, it's looking pretty fresh up here. So when it's all said and done, it'll be a good day. Now I'm gonna put this property out to rent for like $850, see what I get. Hopefully get somebody for $850 a month. It's kind of like top of the market, even if it may be even a little bit overpriced, but it's super competitive right now. So we'll see, but the goal is to get like 700 plus, 750 plus. So 850 would be like the home run. And that would be an additional, all that would be pure profit on top of what I'm already making cash flow, which right now I'm making about $700-800 cash flow. And then after that comes in, it's gonna be about, depending on what I bring in, $1,500-1,600. And that's with most of these units under rented $200-300 a month, what they could be rented for at market level because the tenants have been here so long. But they all paid on time. I collected my first rent payments this week and everybody paid on time. So it's been a good experience. I will keep you updated on the rehab. This is a 3-week update on the renovations. However much it costs to replace this tub, because not only does it not, you know, we had to replace the valves on that, the knobs, and I replaced the shower head. So all that together was like, so as we do the final walkthrough, we've had a lot of learning lessons throughout this property. One of the biggest ones is just kind of understanding how, you know, to put the flooring down, how to do the toilets, small things like that.
There were some bigger items that I needed help with, like with the plumbing. As you saw before, there was a leak and I had to fix those things. I was able to fix the leak, but we actually had to solder the baseboard heat, which included draining the lines of all the water and then soldering a new pipe. So I had to get some extra help for that, but for the most part I did everything else myself, and yeah, saved a ton of money doing it myself, and it actually looks half decent. You know, there's some things that I definitely could do better, but overall for the area that I am renting this out in, I already got it rented for $850 a month, and the lady said it was the best looking unit that she's been in, and she's been in through all of them in the city. So super excited, super you know, proud of myself for doing this, but just to let you guys know, if I can do it, you guys can do it.